Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to another episode of RTA Diary. We are now on episode 45 and we're gonna change things up a little here. So, I'm not gonna be playing on my main account right now. I'm struggling. You guys probably can't tell, but I've been molding a lot off recording. My win rate has gone down. I'm hard stuck. Things are just like win, lose, win, lose. I'll have a lose streak. Fat lose streak. Trying to win myself back up, and it's been hard. So I'm still figuring things out. Okay, I don't know the best thing to do right away. I barely have played enough games to figure out this meta. Like, as you can see here, I've only played less than 500 games. Typically, top rank people put in thousands and thousands of games per season. I'm not even there yet, so while I figure out some solutions to things, we're gonna put that off for a little bit. Today we're gonna be playing on Teacup. Here I am on my iPad, as you guys can see by my air server thing, because any other emulator I use is laggy as heck. So today we are going to be working on my alt account, and this will be better for the people that are newer, gear gapped, don't understand RTA as well, things of that nature. So hopefully this helps you guys out there, because as I said in the previous episode, I wanted some feedback from you guys to make this content better for you guys. And so with all the feedback, thank you to everybody who's given that to me. I will try my best to incorporate more information for you guys, as some of you are using this as a tool to learn from, not just for entertainment purposes. So with that said, today's question of the day is, let me know what your struggles are in RTA. What elo are you in, and what is something you struggle with, or things that you struggle with? Let me know below, and I will figure out a way to try to help you guys solve those and figure those out for you. So anyway, let me turn up my brightness here. Okay. Alright, so let's just go ahead and get started. Let's get the 5 matches in for today, and then that'll be episode 45. Also, we are in the last week, the final week. We have less than 7 days, as you can see by this timer here. So, good luck, guys. If you're just getting a master's frame, good luck. You know, you get your skin and you're good to go. You don't have to worry about anything. If you're new to RTA, you can lose your way to masters. It's difficult when you don't have any experience or knowledge under your belt, which is understandable. I am going to pre-ban a mid, because there's a lot of mid cheesers out there, and I don't like that. Aruka's open, so I'm gonna pick up the Aruka here. And then I'm gonna take the FCC, because FCC is a really good counter into Renak. So I think the top 2 contested units, in my opinion, no matter what playstyle you're playing, cleave, standard, aggro, whatever, you want either Renak or Aruka. So they're cheesing with the Senya Mort. Senya Mort situation. We want something that gets rid of fighting spirit. We can see Phantom, because she is stealth. She's not gonna get hit by the Renak. And then Janua. Janua can deal against the first 3, and he synergized well with Sea Phantom Politis. Okay, so they have a Miki. I'm not worried about a Miki, because they have a Mort on their side, so they're not going to counter. I'd rather get rid of the MLP right here. So, I want something that deals with all of these guys. I'm gonna go ahead and ML Ilanov Actually, no. We're gonna get Tori here. We need another DPS. Because if they ban my Janua, I have no damage. So I need to have at least one other DPS there. I have 2 knights in front to protect. So either I have the Arunka to protect me or the FCC. So gonna ban the Peyra so they don't get as much tempo. Okay, so we got the FCC. So now, that Renak, assuming that Renak goes first, she's gonna do her thing, and then we can use the Sea Phantom to strip and unstealth her, and then we go in with one of our DPS to get rid of her. And then because we have the FCC, she should, assumingly, protect us from the Amiki when it comes down to it. So, oh, what the heck? Okay, I expected to have her faster, but in this case, this works out better for us. We'll push them back. And then we're gonna use the Janua to S1, S3. So now their front line is gone. If the baby Senya procs, she's not gonna do as much damage. I think they should have put more in the front. That was on them. Anyway, we can go ahead and get our attack buff, our swift buff. And we have our cascade, so we can soul burn for free. One shot this Mort here. And he's Holy Sack. So I'm gonna go ahead and just soul burn S1 him to provoke him so that he can't S3. He's about to take his turn, and I don't want my team to, you know, get stepped on. So, I mean, I guess that's it. So this is a gear gap situation. In higher elo, you know, people should typically have a faster Renek. Depending on the elo you're in, it might be like a 290, 300, even 315 plus Renek. In your like top elo, you know, there's probably like 330 Reneks out there. Not saying it's common, but it can happen. But yeah, theoretically speaking, Renek should be a lot faster. And then either way, the Sea Phantom would unstealth her and I'd get rid of her anyway. In that situation, I think it would have been better for the enemy team to have more in front so that he gets more HP from the baby Senya. Alright, still gonna ban the mid. Oh, and the Celine. Mostly because I think these are 2 broken units, especially if you're playing turn 2. Okay, so they pre-banned the Mage 10A. They picked the Peyra. I think I'm gonna go ahead and take the AU Fiend here. I think she's pretty safe. And then another safe pick, I'd say, would probably... Oh, actually, I just realized Arunka is open. Emma Arunka. Always, in my opinion, Renek, Emma Arunka, always good to have. No matter what, if they're open, you take them. Or you pre-ban them if you don't have them. Just in my experience, having to play against them is kind of unbearable. But it's not. It doesn't mean there's no solution for it, you know? Okay, so these 2 right here, the ML Shu and the... what's her face? The Ameru. They both are focus units. Focus units are countered by Solitaria. So I think Solitaria is good here. And then all of these guys work off of passives. So if you have Emma Luna, I think Emma Luna is great in this situation. So either way, these 2 picks here that I picked in my second phase of the draft, they all deal with the first 3 picks. Solitaria definitely counters the focus units. Okay, so they picked in the Emma Senya there. Right now we have Emma Luna to deal against the Senya. So the next best thing we can pick here to see if we can deal with all of these guys I think, with all things considered, now that I see the whole opponent's draft, I would rather just Nakul this. And then ban the Payra, because that's their only cleanser. I have 3 debuff units from my Sali, my Luna, and my Nakul. They can disable everybody on the right side as long as I ban their cleanser. So either way, I have a seal. I have a seal from Luna, I have a seal from Nakul. If I can seal the Senya, no problems on the right side. Especially the Shu too. If the Shu is sealed, she's not gonna, you know, spread fixed damage to the rest of my team. So everyone here has to hit the Arunka because she's in the front. So now that they have no cleanser, my Luna went through. Even though I can't soul burn because the Bellion's there. Let's hope I have enough effectiveness, and then we'll just control them with the Solitaria. So I go first. Let's go ahead and seal everybody, or so we hope. We don't know how much Efrez is on the enemy team. Unfortunately, we didn't seal the Shu, but she got unbuffable. As long as she's unbuffable, she can't spread her fixed damage everywhere else. We countered there, that's nice to see. But everyone else is sealed though, which is nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and push back the Senya here. She has a speed buff. We'll just disable her from taking a turn. If she can't S3, she's not gonna push up the back line. So since she's sealed, I'm gonna go ahead and just work on... What do I want to work on here? Let's, maybe Bellion. I mean, I'm afraid to hit the Ameru because she might counter me. So I'd rather play it safe here. So she has a soul burn. She could soul burn my Arunka. But at least my Arunka was already able to move. And then we Elbrus counter. That's nice to see. So hopefully we can get some more counters off here. That Bellion's almost gone. Okay. Well, unfortunately no counters, but now she's dead, so... now we just hit them all here. As far as what I can see here, the biggest threat is the Ameru, but I don't want to touch her because, like I said, she might counter. I have not confirmed what build she's on. So it's better to play it safe, and I will just S2 the Shu here. The damage, the splash damage will spread and finish off right there. And then I'll just continue hitting the Shu here because Senya, when she's sealed, she's not going to do nothing. So yeah. This probably feels like, oh, you're playing low elo matches. How? You're just running people over because, you know, you're gear gapping or you have all the units, whatever, that kind of thing. There's only so much I can do to make content and help you guys. So please bear in mind that there are other players at different levels. So I'm hoping this content here can help anybody that is newer to the game, less experienced, wants to know more knowledge and decision making behind drafts and making the right plays. So this episode today is to help you guys out that cannot play at higher elo or doesn't know the foundation for playing RTA and working your way up. Alright, so I'm first pick. Rinnak is open. I'm gonna take Rinnak. I want to prioritize Rinnak over Arunka. If she's open, I'll take her too. Alright, so I'm going to take Arunka because she's open. And then I am going to lock in the ARAM here because they picked the Fire Litica. ARAM is a great counter to her. So depending on what we see on their second phase of the draft here, we will respond accordingly with our next 3 picks here. Okay, so they locked in the whatchamacallit, the Flan. I will go ahead and pick the Sali here. Sali is a good counter for that. And then, the only thing I can think of to go from here to deal against that if they ban the Solly. If they ban the Solly. Do I have Ruel? I don't have Ruel. We need a revive unit. This is tough. When they have the Fire Flan and they're just gonna ban the Solly. We're just gonna run with this and see how it goes. Hopefully, Haste will carry me here. They can certainly S1 into the Renak. Wait, actually no, they can't because Solly blocked them. I'm surprised they didn't ban the Solly actually, because Solly's gonna help them bridge their team, but they are a lot faster than me here, so. We just need the haste to carry the team here. Okay, nice counter. Not that it mattered very much. They just gave me vigor and speed buff. Yeah, they can only focus haste. If they don't focus the haste, he's just gonna give my whole team the res anyway. So if they don't finish off haste here, they're kinda donezo. Yep, not enough damage, so I'm gonna go ahead and take the Sid stats. And then I will finish off the... actually... Yeah, let's try to finish off here. Even on a miss, there's a lot of penetration damage that will do a lot, and then the fixed damage should finish him off. And then I will go ahead and S1 to try to stun the Flan because I do see her moving next on the CR bar. Okay, well, I didn't expect that, but going back to the opponent's draft here, them outspeeding, I don't know why they picked all those imprints because I was expecting to play turn 2 in this situation. When I have ARAM, I don't have my ARAM there to be super fast and push me up, right? I use her to play turn 2 against Lidicas, Emaluas, Harsettis. That's who ARAM is really good against. If you're a turn 2 guy, build your ARAM. She doesn't need to be fast. The point is, she's going to protect your team from getting debuffed in some way that Emalua, Lidica, and Harsetti would do to you. So I have protection from the Arunca. They have to focus down the Arunca. If they don't focus her down, I have the haste here. Because if they kill somebody else on my team, he's just gonna proc his passive and then res everybody. So they have to choose between, do they want to fight Arunca or do they want to fight the haste first? Unfortunately, they didn't have enough damage to deal with that. So even though they were fast, I have nothing to cut in between. They don't really have a true bridge other than the Fire Flan here, but because they didn't ban the Solly, Fire Flan could not bridge with their team here. So if they ban the Solly, they can bridge with their Fire Flan, but then they have to choose to have to fight the Arunca. They can't focus nobody else. They have to fight the Arunca in the front, and then haste procs his thing. So this is a situation where it's just a draft diff. Things to keep in mind when you are trying to figure out the best way to draft against your opponent, because as easy as it looks that the right side guy was like, yeah, let me unga bunga a whole draft to cleave them. That's why I say cleaving is a lot more difficult than it looks, because you have to truly know how to bridge your units and have an answer to deal against every situation at hand. How many games was that? Alright, 2 more matches. 2 more matches, and then that'll be conclusion of episode 45. And like, yeah, I said, hopefully this helps you guys. I'm trying to give as much information and thought process as possible from my perspective, enemy team's perspective, and hope it helps you guys to make better decisions and be more informed when you make your drafts and know who to focus on, who's the biggest threat, that type of thing. Alright, I see Arunca's banned, Rinak's open. I'm gonna take the Rinak again. And again, you know, I like your guys' feedback. Any feedback that you have to give, let me know so I know how I can better serve you guys and help you guys out. Because I know navigating RTA can be hard when you have anxiety, you know, you're struggling, you don't know where to start, you don't know what to do, you don't know half of what these units do. That's very understandable. I was in that position before when I started playing this game. It was the 2nd season of RTA, and I was like, I want a free skin just because. I have no clue what I'm doing. The very first time I queued up into a RTA match, I got slaughtered. I thought I knew what was going on. No, I got slaughtered. Anyway, alright, so they picked an early flan here. I think this is a good time for... something to deal against Politis here. I will Luna, and then I'm going to lock in Solly. Again, the best way to deal against a Fire Flaunt is to just lock the Solly in there. Because if you're playing turn 2, you are going to die if you don't have a Solly. If you play turn 2 and you don't have Solly and you don't know how to deal with Fire Flan, you should probably not let the Fire Flan go through. If you don't have a Solly and you want to deal with the Fire Flan, you should probably build a very, very super fast Eligos or Fire Lidica. Those are 2 good ways to deal against the Fire Flan, because they get rid of her focus and they can hit her. Okay, so they locked in a Teo, right? The only thing you can do here against the Teo is you have to take in Elvira. Elvira is the only way that can 100% counter a Teo, because it stops the fighting spirit. Otherwise, you have the Sea Phantom that cuts it in half. So they have 2 ways to push, either the Sea Phantom or the Zeo. So any other way you can push up a unit here, we are probably gonna let or ban the Zeo, or we I'm between Bromin or Celine here. Let's see. Or we degen Politis this. I'm gonna use the support Politis. The support Politis could probably abyssal them. I mean, I have the same thing. Wait, what's the difference between these two politis here? Which politis? This is my politis. I think this is their politis. They look the same. Hold up. I'm tripping here. Anyway, we're picking the support politis that the game gives you. So, there are units built here that make it easier for you guys. I would rather ban the Zeo. Because the Zeo can push back the Luna and then the Sea Phantom would follow up and push her back some more, right? So, the only way for them to bridge their Teo is with the Sea Phantom. So, Sea Phantom has to rep her S3, and then I'm gonna have to just hope I get lucky with the not Sea Phantom, but the Fire Politis procking and Abyssal stunning them, or if my Luna is fast enough to cut the Teo, because usually if he proc, he gets 100% CR, or with the CR cutting unit, the Politis will only give him 50%. So we'll see if his 50% is faster than my Luna. But I'm faster than him anyway, so unfortunately, this is a gear gap situation here. So honestly, this is an unethical situation because I just gear gapped the opponent. So honestly, this is not fair to him. But for demonstration purposes, because I gear gapped, I'm going to rip all my skills that would stop him from doing the things he needs to do. So now that everyone's sealed, they're not gonna do the things that make them broken. If she chooses to S3, it would activate my Politis. But, you know, since they're all, like, kind of dying, they're all sealed, nothing's gonna happen here. My Solly can run them over. And then my Fire Politis will just rip her S3 and clear this guy up, so. Honestly, if this guy had better gear, I would have liked to see how this would play out. But this is just a gear gap situation, unfortunately. Alright, so next match, last and final match, and then that'll be the end of episode 45. A Miki and Politis pre-ban is interesting to see. So he takes the Arunca. I'll go ahead and take the Renak and the FCC. Because the FCC not only is a counter for the Renak, but she also can protect the Renak because she's gonna be like out of commission for a little bit. So I can protect her behind some barriers and some skill nulls. Okay, so they Zeo here, which is interesting. I will go ahead and Abyssal Euphine here. Abyssal Euphine is typically safe into Zeos if he tries to bridge with Zeo somehow. And then I will probably take Emelpera. Emelpera can cleanse my team and synergize with the FCC and the AU Fiend. I would rather Acades this. They have nothing to bridge with Zeo. Their only damage here is the Water Hua. So, because I have the Euphine locked in here, I have a whole team supporting the Euphine. So, the goal here is to support the Euphine to carry. And because she's AoE, I don't have to focus any specific unit because the Arunca is always going to be in the front. I can only attack her if I do attack. And then we hope that we have the Yuffie doing enough damage to spread amongst everybody. And then if we have souls for Peyra, we can soul burn and AoE defense break if possible. And of course, FCC there is for her skill null, some barriers for extra protection. I don't know why he's soul burning here. There's literally no point for him to soul burn here. The only thing that Zio does here with the soul burn S3 is to strip off extra buffs, but I didn't have that many buffs anyway. So we'll go ahead and do this. I'm gonna go ahead and use my S3 to push up my team and give them their stuff. If the Luna decides to strip off my buffs and S3 and seal my team, that's gonna be free debuffs for this Arcades to do her thing with. So we can try to just S3 here. Of course the Luna can strip everything. That's what we kind of want her to try to do. It sucks that my FCC's defense broken here. But what can you do? Oh, she did an S3 for a defense buff. Interesting. We're gonna go ahead and do this because we have nothing else we can do. We got defense broken there, which is unfortunate. Because we're frontlining the FCC, we can, I guess, prevent the Arunka from getting her defense buff. So of course, Luna can choose to seal here or S1. And we're just gonna hold our cleanse until we get rid of that Luna. So they really want to focus down the FCC, which is understandable. FCC's in trouble. We just have to do everything we can to protect her if possible. Yep, let's just keep protecting this FCC as much as possible while she's still alive. Our Yuffie is almost full fighting spirit. And we got our full fighting spirit now, which is good. And we push up our team here. We defense broke. That's nice to see. We can't do much here. We can only just continue to S1. The FCC is dead here. So now she does her S3. And we countered. Good job, Yuffie. I hope we... Oh, okay. That's unfortunate. Our Yuffie got defense broken there. But it's not over yet because we still do have Peyra that can AoE. They don't really have healing on their side. So since we do have souls with this Peyra, we can soul burn and the extra damage will proc. Interesting they're going on the Arcades though. We're gonna push up this Peyra. And then we're gonna soul burn this and it should get rid of the other three opponents here. And then we'll just slowly work our way on this Arunka. She's gonna die. Anyway, we have to do our thing here. And hope this Payra 1v1s that Arunka. So we can only hit this. And S3 to get some more healing off because this Arcades is gonna be dead next turn anyway. Our soul burn's not gonna do anything here, so it don't matter if we soul burn that. Her soul burn there doesn't do much. I am going to soul burn here to see if we can stun her. Unfortunately, it did not work. So now she should be dead. I think she's gonna have her S3, yep. So if I had enough effectiveness there, I'd like to stun her ideally. Okay, we got a defense break off, which is good. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my rampage up here. And then hope this Payra 1v1s. Again, not much reason to soul burn there, but you have nothing else to soul burn anyway. She's lucky she got that counter. And then just gonna work on slowly whittling away this Arunka. Just gonna do this. Hope I do enough damage to kill her there. Alright, so that worked out. 1v1 with Payra. Alright. That's the end of today's episode. That's gonna be how you play standard. But like I said, a few of these matches were just a gear gap situation. But essentially this is how I would play out specific instances where I'm not cleaving. If I'm trying to play standard, this is what I would do. Renak is really, really good. Whether you're playing standard, aggro, or cleave, she's that good of a well-rounded unit. But yeah, the takeaways from this, in my opinion, highly contested units are Renak and Emma Arunka. They're both really strong, flexible into any situation. And then how I draft is how I would respond accordingly, depending on the opponent's picks and how they synergize, how to stop them. So hopefully this helps. Again, the question of the day, don't forget, let me know your struggles in RTA and what I can do to help you guys out. Just hearing your struggles in general might give me better ideas to come up with better solutions and answers for future episodes for you guys. Obviously, I can't predict how every match is gonna go unless I record all my matches and talk through them, but that's a lot of mental load on me that I wouldn't be able to do. So hope this episode helps you guys. Take care, and we'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye bye.